Hello everybody and welcome to Get to Know Your Body's Aches and Pains. Haven't been making videos in a while, just needed to get some inspiration. Today's topic is going to be about trigger points and referral patterns. And yes, I know I talk about trigger points a lot, but did you know that about 80% of the reason why people have pain or any kind of other conditions is due to trigger points and referral patterns? And did you know that it is often misdiagnosed by doctors and other medical professionals to other conditions, or not diagnosed at all, and people live with pain due to the fact that nobody really has a significant amount of knowledge unless you've actually studied trigger point therapy and referral patterns. So I'm going to bring out some charts that I like to work with my clients, to educate my clients with the trigger points, and it also helps me as a guide too, because I can't remember everything. So I'm going to show you some common things, but also not so common things, because you might not even think that this is a referral pattern. So let's start with, imagine you have pain that's going down your arm, okay? And it can go down your arm, and it could even go up to here. And you're thinking, wow, okay, I'm gonna go see a massage therapist or a physiotherapist. Can you treat my arm? The thing is that when somebody comes to me about that, the first place that I'm thinking of is like, okay, so what do you do for a living? I sit at a desk. Okay, so what is that person doing when they're sitting at a desk? They're slouching, like I am right now. So basically, when you're slouching, there's a rhomboid muscle there. It's one of the muscles there in between the shoulder blades. When there's a trigger point that is formed there, a referral pattern will activate if there's a referral attached to that particular trigger point. So these trigger points get activated from stress, from repetitive movements, from trauma, and also from us therapists pushing down on it. So here's one that's a given. I've come across this actually not too long ago. So somebody was explaining to me that they had a referral pain that's going from here to their shoulder all the way down to their thumb. So you automatically assume that this would be an arm treatment, right? But when you look at the trigger point chart, you see that right here? Right in between the shoulder blade? That would be the trigger point that's causing the problem. Sorry, let me correct that, because it's light in color. You see this orange? It's going here. Now, with this one here, when you look at the front of the body, it's actually coming from here. Okay? Now, let's see here. What other one would I like to show you? Here's another common one. So we get tension headaches. The most common tension headaches is from the stress due to the shoulders, but the shoulder muscle, let's say the shoulders here, your upper traps, it forms all the way to the back of the neck. It's one of the muscles that's layered there. So when there's a trigger point that's here and it's activated, you're gonna get a headache that goes in behind the ear to the temple. Now it can get tricky because a lot of people say it's in the back of the eye, it's in the temple, it's kind of all over the place. So here's another one, right on the side of the neck here. Again, when this one is activated, it gives a headache that goes to the back of the head, to the side, pressure behind the eye. See all these other ones here? All these patterns here. Here's another one, right there in the shoulders. A lot of people complain about this spot. When a trigger point's activated there, it's gonna refer and you're gonna feel some pain. And here, to the back of the head. So, now I'm gonna explain some arms again. Okay, so here's another one. This is the supraspinatus muscle. It's one of your rotator cuff muscle. It involves 20%, I think it's 20 or 15%. Geez, I need to go back to school. Anyway, so it's a part of your abduction of your arm, so swaying off to the side, and then your deltoid here takes over. So when you get a referral pain that goes here, again, this was another incident here where somebody was explaining on the outside of the arm and their deltoid that they were feeling pain. Again, I ask them what the action of what they do on a day-to-day basis. When you know the action of the muscle and what you repetitively keep doing, then you will know exactly what muscles affected and what trigger point got activated. Again, here, you get in the wrist, pain in the wrist. Again, here, different pains in the fingers. Now, I know in past videos I was talking about double crush syndrome, nerve root compression in regards to the ulnar nerve, the radial nerve, median nerve, all that great stuff. So that is involving symptoms of the nerve when it's compressed. But it could also mimic referral patterns. So we need to know the difference between what is a nerve pain and what is a referral pain. So again, so these referrals here, like carpal tunnel syndrome, is often misdiagnosed because people have a lot of pain here. And when I ask a client when they say they've been diagnosed by a doctor with carpal tunnel syndrome, I ask them, has there been any tests done? They said no. It's just that they went by the symptoms. Although some people have gotten the test done, yes, it was in fact carpal tunnel syndrome, but I've seen the cases way too many times that when I ask them again, what do you do for a living? They're typing. Typing involves this, or using the mouse. So the action of this muscle here is extension. When you're constantly extending your arm, you're constantly overusing this. So there's trigger points that would be somewhere around here. All around here, there's different ones. Okay? And they will refer, so when it's activated from typing too much, it got aggravated, or maybe you're pushing down on it and you activated it, and it's going to refer down to the wrist. So if these things are not treated properly, you're going to deal with pain for a very, very long time. Okay, let's go to the sternocleidomastoid. Okay, it's a long word, short form, SCM. You get this muscle here, so when you turn your neck, and it pops. Mine doesn't pop that much. I got some chub. Okay, so when it pops, that's your SCM. Okay? When there's trigger points all along here in different spots, it's going to refer into the ear. It can cause vertigo, muffledness in the ear, so slight hearing loss, and then headaches that go through again from the ear to the side to the jaw and here. Again, this can include the masseter muscles when you have any kind of jaw pain or headaches. So the masseter muscles are your chewing muscles. When you're stressed and you're clenching, you're activating those trigger points, you're creating all of them. Again, they're referring it. When I used to be a dental assistant, it was often, I notice now that it was tooth pain was, how do I put it, not misdiagnosed, but a patient would come in with what they thought was a tooth pain, but ended up being what it was just a referral coming from the masseter muscle. And when you release that and you push down on it, you can remove that pain. Again, this is going to my TMJ videos where I explained about self-treatments in the masseter muscles and kind of collaborate the dental and the massage aspect education of that. So you can go ahead and check out other videos on that. I've made tons of videos in regards to every condition. But today I really wanted to go more on the whole trigger point referral pattern because that pretty much is the reason why everybody has problems. So there was another one here. Here's another common one. Okay, so you get your piriformis muscle here, your butt muscle. That is external rotation of your leg. So keep having your legs open for long periods of time, or maybe crossing it over for long periods of time. Sitting for long periods of time, you may experience pain that goes from here to the calf. Sometimes it doesn't go all the way to the calf, but it goes from here to the back of the thigh. This is the area that you want to treat. Again, I created a video with an AccuBall, how to treat your piriformis and buttock muscles. Another one that's very common is I get people who say, I have pain here on the side of my hip that goes down the side of my leg. So again, this could be misdiagnosed, or not misdiagnosed because we can't say misdiagnosed, but someone may confuse this with an IT friction syndrome here because someone's complaining of pain in here, right? But a lot of the times I found, again, when I know what the person's actual activities are and work habits, I figured it out that the trigger point started from here, it referred down, and it can go all the way down to the side to your foot. Okay? You see how all of these trigger points are all over the place? Okay? So I tried to do a brief video, but hey, I haven't done this in a long time, so I might as well enjoy talking about it. There's a lot more information, articles that I post on that, like, I read a lot. I'm a bit of a nerd. So I have posted a lot of articles that I found were beneficial, and I also found that with treatments that they were actually correct information, which is why I posted it on my Facebook business page, Eva Malevsky, RMT. You can head on there if you want to check out the articles. And I also have pictures up of these here. Now, I had a friend of mine who was asking me, what does this mean? Okay, you can't see this because it's backwards. When you read these, this is basically, it's a guide of telling you where the number is, so where the trigger point is, where the dot is, and where the referral is, but it's telling you what the muscle is. So you're gonna be seeing like latissimus dorsi, serratus anterior, trapezius. People probably know trapezius. You know, infraspinatus, subscap, gastrocs, piriformis. I understand you guys are not going to understand what this means, but if you really, really care about your health and well-being and want to get out of pain the right way and stop popping those pills, then you need to start learning about anatomy. Start educating yourself. You know, there's Google everywhere. And on my Facebook site, on my business page, there's enough articles out there to get you started, okay? So I know this is a super long video, so until next time, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Ciao.